and they would tell me to step up. And I'm telling you, I got the Liberian Colloquial all in my voice, and I over there freestyling. Like when I first started off, as soon as I opened, oh my man, I got me freestyle, they just bust out laughing and all of that. But I learned, and grew with it. Got into spoken words, and then the Afrobeat thing came along, and I still got it in me, the colloquial and everything else, and it all just came together. So. And we here now, so I started releasing some things. I've always been writing because I see that as my way of my form of therapy. Like when you're in the country, that plenty of things come your way. So
y'all see how he's doing my audience. He keeps going back and forth, and they're gonna be like, "What did he say?"
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna need for you to interpret as you speak.
So being in this country is just it's really stressful at times, right? So sometimes I like to exercise a lot, but also too I take my time out and write. So mostly I write from the heart, right? Like sometimes I write songs about having fun, and then there's sometimes I write about just the struggles and everything else. So I mean, most of my songs that's where it comes from, experiences and all of that. So. Yeah, man, I, made it this far now, and I appreciate the buzz and all the team that's working with me, and we here, so. And I appreciate the opportunity of being on your show, so it's a good thing,
Well, we're just going to give a hand of applause for that.
Yes.
So tell me, you talk about, getting into music and spoken word and all of those things. Mm-hmm. Who's your greatest inspiration?
In music and spoken words, I'll say... when I'm talking about you mean like influences and all that?
Yeah,
right?
who your biggest influences?
It's funny. It's a combination of people. When I came to Atlanta, see, I'm the type of person I like energy, people with energy and stuff like that. So I started off just straight up being a Busta Rhymes fan,
Oh boy.
And then because of his energy, and at that time when I was a Busta Rhymes fan, he was also a lyricist. So I embody all of that. And then I became a Pharaoh Monch, Black Thought, Common, all of that, and it's a combination of so many things, man. I just embrace the hip hop, the African American, culture, because where I came from, West Africa, coming over here to America, I just had to, for me, find that linkage and understand the people that look like me. And so I just immersed myself in it, with everything. All of it, I felt the passion, felt the hurt, all of it. That's what I'm embodying. Now I got something else to add to it, and that's me being from West Africa.
And not only that, but I love the fact that you've infused other cultures in it.
Yes.
That no speaking English, and I was like,
yeah.
oh shucks, he even rapping in Spanish. Okay.
And part of it is all about the journey, right? When you get here to this country, you really got to figure out your way out, and you have to do it quickly. So I play lots of soccer, and me playing soccer, I had an opportunity to really connect with the community, the Latin American community, the Latinos, the Latinas, and it was beautiful because there were times that I needed assistance, I needed help, and they will come together. They accepted me as part of the community, started teaching me Spanish and all of that stuff. So I've always been connected and always been a part of the community. They're like my it's like a brotherhood right now. Like they see me. Shout out to all my amigos in Marietta. All in Georgia, man. Gwinnett, all of it, man. It's just it's beautiful when a different group of people can pull you in and accept you as part of their community. So
but not only that's what makes music. Music is harmony. So you have the harmony of drums and cymbals.
Yeah.
And guitars and stringed instruments and all of that. So that's what builds harmony.
Yeah.
And when you infuse cultures, and for me, it's especially special for me because I also have Brazilian heritage.
Okay.
And so for me, I was just like, oh, I felt like doing the salsa. But anyway.
and it's cool, man. I'm gonna be releasing my my Afrobeat Liberia 2 album coming out this month. But the thing is just I was writing it, and as I'm listening and I'm just trying to vibe and get that one thing, and it just jumped at me, with my with my Spanish, as much as I know how to speak it, they always tell me I'm still at, you say, no, Migo, you're still at the basic level. Don't get too excited. But even with that, I was able to come up with something and put it together, and it is loved all throughout Latin America, man. I get messages, videos, they sent me stuff, they dancing to it. It's just like, where is the music going? And I just love it, man. I love it. Gracias, gracias.
I know. So what made you talk about doing spoken word and all of that. What was the defining moment that said Afro beats, Latino music infused with hip hop? Because you spoke about Common, you spoke about all of these rap artists and spoken word artists and enlightenment artists.
Yes.
And here you are now infusing all of that.
Yes.
Where did you find the rhythm? What was that defining moment that said, you know what, aha, I can do this?
Yeah, so, it's just, for me, I'm all about the movement, all about the culture, and all about everything. So, just sitting down and say, I'm not just this one person. There's so much more to me, the spoken words and just representing where I'm from and the Afro beat movement and like I also love the Latin culture too, just because that's my time in America. I've been involved in that all along. I mean, like I say, they've contributed to it. So it was one of those things when I completed my my EP for the spoken words. It was just like, it just hit me like, all right, now we're gonna release an Afrobeat album. And while we're working on the Afrobeat album, I was, shout out to the homie Alexis, Alexi. He produces Afrobeat music, but he was Latin. He's Latino. So he said, yo, check this out.
Shout out to Alexa.
Yeah. So shout out to Alexa. And he said, yo, I know you all about the Afrobeat, but I know sometimes, you do your very best to communicate with me in Spanish. How about you write something Spanish? I got a few beats for you. And he sent that over, and it was just like, and it was 5 minutes later, I called him back. I say, I got a hook. He said, that's the banger. So when he put his blessing on it, I just went forward with it.
And it's a banger, because I'm trying to tell you, I was like, oh, shucks. And it was so funny because I knew nothing about this. And then my brother was like, oh, I just shot this video. And I was like, okay. And he was like, no, you need to listen to it. And I was like, okay. And then he was like, no, for real, you need to listen to it. I was like, please stop. And because, everybody tries to push everybody. And I was just like, please stop. Yeah. And he was like, no, you really need to listen to this. I'm telling you. He was like, he finally posted the song and it's getting all of these hits. Yeah. And I was just like, okay, fine, I'll listen to it. And I kind of brushed it off. Yeah. And so I'm driving home and I'm like, and he's like, have you listened to it? And I'm like, really? So I said, let me listen to this. Okay. And I turned it on and I was like, oh, shucks. I was like, wait a minute. And then I was trying to call him and he was ignoring me. I guess he was like, And so, I'm just like, that makes you want to move. It makes you want to get up and dance. Yeah. It's like, I just so appreciate it. And I appreciate you being so open to sharing. Yeah. West Africa, with South America, so that they can understand we are truly all one.
We're all one.
We are truly all one. So I'm gonna twist your arm a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm known for pulling fast ones here at Afro Fuse Box. So I hear you do spoken word.
Yeah, I do spoken word.
You want to freestyle a little bit?
Yeah, well, I can do something that was written. I guess.
Written. You can do something. See, look, he's trying to. He's like, no, I can do something that's written.
I'm not. So, usually my spoken words, it comes from the heart, and I write from the heart. So most of the time when I'm super emotional, I write about it. And so this one is called The Ungodly Angel. I wrote that, of course, the song that goes, everybody plays a fool or whichever, like somebody somewhere, you've gotten your heart broken, right?
Somebody made a fool out of you somewhere. No, say it straight. Somebody made a fool out of you.
So, it was one of those experiences that I experienced, and I said, you know what? I'm going to write about it. So it's called The Ungodly Angel. All right? So it's just a short one. She was an angel, yes, but not from God. She laid in my chest, and it felt so odd. She stole my breath with an evil rod. This evil broad lied to her teeth with such an ease, much of greed. Had this girl like the worst disease. She lied so good you think you work for Bush. I remember the clay like a minute ago. The girl seemed sweet like cinnamon toast. When I seen her, I froze. What I thought was beauty was really a troll. See, it took about a week. We was bumping and grinding, humping and whining, legs spread when I'm pumping the diamond. If I would have knew I was humping the lion, brother with the children said, never mind that. She had a man up north, had my pants on tucks and my man's in the guts, and I'm like, man, what's up? See, I never had a clue. I never knew. Who would have known this girl? She should be smacked with a stone to her face. We boned every day, but I never would have guessed this woman was engaged. True story. True story.
I wish I had the 2 snaps, but all I have is the clap. But that was good, though. That was really good.
Thank you. I just write from the heart, man, and as it comes along, I let it flow out. Shout out to the old, I would go to old spoken words events and just hop on stage and just let it come out. So, like, freestyling and stuff like that was all part of it. I did the rap battles and everything else. You know?
Okay, well, we're going to take a break and pause for the cause on that note. And when we return, more from Mr. Nyowoskillz.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all.
He busted out the spoken word for y'all. Let's go pay some bills. And when we come back, we'll go back to the music and then we'll get it jumping with him again. Thank you.